will know why. Hello. Hello everybody. Here I can, here's what I've got going on at the moment. Oh, hello. Oops. She was, screaming right outside of the craft room door right before this, right before I started streaming. Oh my gosh, just a second. There we go. Yes, hello baby. She's very happy to be, rubbing against me. Alright. Yes, hello. Let me turn that down. Oh, good. Audio is on. I'm going to have to kick you out at some point, baby. Especially when we're starting to work with resin. But yes, hello. How are people doing? I've got some stuff to work on today. I've been, I feel like I've been putting off pouring resin, so, oh my gosh. Yep, there's cat hair already. I see it already. Yes, hello. She just really wants cuddles right now for some reason. Hello. What you doing? I'm gonna come down my lap. Oh. Nope. Apparently she's shoulder cat, which works. I just don't need you walking around all my stuff. And you are going to have to leave at some point, ma'am. Hello, yeah. Go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down. So yes, we've got a few projects today. I have some Patreon d20s that I need to work on, and then I also have this that I need to pour the background color on. That's pretty much it. I have already filmed making some of the Patreon dice. We don't have to film doing all of them, but I do want to film putting all of these little hearts into some molds here, which I have already put a layer of resin in. I have an idea for them. Is the music? Turn my music really quiet. Okay, baby. You ready to leave, or are you gonna sit behind me for a second? You sitting behind me? Okay. She will be kicked out before we do any resin stuff. But she can hang out for a minute and add cat hair to my workspace. What you doing? You ready to go? I might just go set her out. I'm gonna go set her out. Because I don't need more cat hair and everything. Alright, come on, baby. Out you go. I know. You want to cuddle. Bye-bye. She was purring, too. It's funny because one of my other cats literally, right before I was going to come down here to get ready to stream, was like, I must lay on top of you now. It is time to lay on top of you. Perfectly comfortable. Alright, so, for the hearts, here's my thought. I'm thinking that I want to tack the hearts down to the base layer. I'm thinking UV resin. I was thinking maybe mixing up some like red UV resin with maybe a little bit of shimmer. Dipping these in that and then putting them in and then curing them. So they'll end up in kind of like a pool of red. I'm not thinking like super like realistic blood red, but something that kind of matches the vibe of these. So maybe some, like I said, a little bit of shimmer or something like that. I do need to film that, but I also need to pick a red color. I was going to do that before the stream, and then I had some technical difficulties. For some reason, I couldn't get my computer here to turn on, but we made it work. So maybe more of like a... I'm thinking maybe like some wine pigment mixed in with like a red, or, ooh, I kind of like this one. It's a little bit more pink, orange pink, but I feel like the vibe kind of matches with some of this mixed in. So I could do that. It looks almost more orange on camera. I could dump everything out, but I don't want to have to pick everything back up again. I could just do like straight up like red, like red. I think this is better though. The pink's better, I think, than the like red. This almost feels too vibrant in comparison. Although That might be kind of nice if I'm going to be dipping them, because it'll make them a little bit more vibrant. Drop those everywhere. Could do... I don't think bright pink's the call. You can't always mix things too, but I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe the red with some of this in it, because that'll make it feel a little bit more like purpley as well, which matches these guys better, because they've got a little bit of kind of like blue shimmer and golden shimmer in there. Oh, or where is that color? Ah, she's back. Could do one that's like this, which is like kind of like reddish and then kind of shimmers blue. It's red, blue, green from Solar Color Dust. Very similar to this one. Could do a little bit of something like that in there. I think this one though, I think go flat. I've got kind of like some color shift in there. All right, now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of leaning towards the like bright red with some of the. Wow, she's insistent. I don't know if you can hear her screaming outside my door, but she's screaming out there. That was yesterday too. I was trying to record a little bit of audio, and she was just standing in the hallway outside my office yelling. Like, girl, I'm trying to record something. Ooh. I think I like this cranberry one. It's not quite as like bright red as this one, but it's not like pink like this one. So I'm feeling this cranberry with some of that, I think. A little bit of the sparkle in there. Just a little bit. We can mix it up and see how we're feeling about it. Let me just find my colors here. So that's Pix Cranberry. That's this one. And I do need to... Oh, no wonder I couldn't find this. This was just sitting over here. Oh, had I pulled these out already? Oh, maybe I might have pulled these out already because I was thinking of using them. Well, here's the question. Do I want to do this or do I want to do this? Or a little bit of both. Now, this is the Solar Color Dust red, orange, yellow, green. Is that this one? No, that's purple, red. Da-da-da. Red, orange, yellow, green. That's this one. So we'll do maybe a little bit of both of these and that. I still think I like the cranberry better than the cherry. Alright. So, let's see here. I've got my camera here. I do need to film at least a couple, making a couple of these, getting a couple of them put into their molds here. I'm going to try and set things up so that you guys can see, and also my camera can see what's going on, which is sometimes easier said than done. But I'm going to set these guys off to this side. And then you guys can see too, hopefully. Scooch this over. Scooch some things. There we go. Because then if I put, well, like that. I guess you can see. You can see pretty okay if I do that. All right. Let's mix up our red color. And then I'm going to take these off and we'll dip them with our tweezers and then set them in there and cure them. I think that's my plan of attack. Let me make sure my camera is good. Yep. All right. Got our plan. I'm just going to add a little bit of the mica. I just want like a little bit of shimmer to kind of match the vibe of the hearts. But I don't need a ton. Just a skosh, just a tad, a bit, a pinch. Let's see, what's another synonym for tiny amount? All right, a little bit of that, a little bit of sparkles. And then a little bit of these sparkles. A little bit of that. I'm realizing that I'm kind of off screen. Let's scoot this over a little bit. There we go. I can see a little bit better. I'm gonna add a fair amount of UV resin. Probably should wear gloves for this. Probably should wear my respirator too, but I'm modeling poor personal protective equipment habits, I guess. Da-da-da. Alright. So I'm gonna put a fair amount in here. I've just squished, I blew some of the mica up into the air when I was trying to squish some of the resin out. I don't think I need like a ton. I'm just going to kind of lightly coat things in this, but I want enough that I can actually like swirl them around in here and have enough. So I do have 6 of these. Alright, and a drop of ink. And mix that in, see how that's feeling. Oh, the cat's still screaming outside my door. Oh, good, that ended up like, ooh, I think that's nice. I'll show you in just a second. I feel like I ended up with just the perfect amount of sparkle. I was originally planning for like less sparkle, but I think I like it. I think I like it. See. Kind of hard to see the sparkle. It's... There you go. You can see the sparkle in there. It's nice. All right. Hopefully I have enough there. I don't know if I do or not, but we'll find out. So let me move. I'm gonna, here. Yeah. Take one of these off. I'm gonna take it off of the, that. I've got a little spot on the back, but that's fine. I probably could have dipped it with the, maybe I'll dip the next one with the thing, but I'm going to throw that in and kind of coat it. We'll see how this feels. Let me show it to this camera. Alright, so that's kind of coated. I might put these in and let them like sit in here. Just like on me. I might use the camera zoom for this. Perfect. Oh my gosh, she's still scratching outside the door. She really wants to hang out. Alright. So I want that to be in the mold kind of centered. So I thought, and I want some of that. I'm gonna use the red there to kind of hold things in place. I do want things set up so that that bottom part doesn't show, which might be easier said than done. So I might have to. All right, I'm just gonna cook that. Use my little UV light to try and get that in there. I'll let that sit for a second. I'm gonna try using the stick that it's on to kind of swirl it around in here. I don't think that's. I think it's harder that way. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple of these on camera, and then I will do the rest with you guys. I figure it's just I'd like to get at least some of it filmed. You can see my weird filming setup here for doing vertical videos. I don't do a lot of shorts. I kind of just do shorts of the Patreon dice, which is what these are for. You know, I went, February, Valentine's Day, what would be good for that? I know, anatomical human hearts. Actually, this one I get a lot of ideas from my brother. This might have been my brother's idea. Okay, let me cook this one. Do that. I'm gonna set this up out of the way so you guys can see better what we're doing. Let's see if I can show you kind of what we've got on the inside there. It might be kind of difficult to see, but you can see there's that. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a pool underneath it, which is what I was going for. Made it nice and shiny and glossy. I don't know that that shiny glossiness will stay once it's actually encased in more resin, because that's also going to be shiny and glossy. So I might kind of blend in with that, but we'll see. Alright, let's do another one. Oh, I made 7 d20 spots, and I only made 6 of the hearts. Interesting. Okay, well, that's okay. I think it's because I really only needed 6 of the hearts. I've just been more recently I've been making 1 die for me as well. I should have done it from the beginning, but I didn't as far as the Patreon d20s go. But more recently I've been saving 1 for myself. Oh my gosh, the cat's still out there. Still out there just screaming. There's my light. There we go. What is that? We're trying to use this to tack everything in place too, which is maybe a little bit difficult, just because some of these are collect all my lovely toothpicks. I literally just glued the hearts to the ends of some toothpicks that I cut flat. Worked pretty well. It does mean there's one little spot that's unpainted, but like I said, I'm trying to face those down anyways. I tried to think of what direction I wanted to be down when I glued those on. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Put those there. Next. Yeah, because I've only got 3 left, but I've got 4 of the dice left. Oops, let's not pull off all of the paint. Hopefully this liquid will help cover up some of that too, if you do catch a little bit of a glimpse of the gray underneath of the 3D printed hearts. This will add some red to it, but who knows? So here's the real question: is what should I do with this last d20 that I put a flat I put a like a little spot on it so that I can throw something. Oops! Ah! I don't know why she's so screamy today. She's not usually this screamy outside my craft room. It's usually the other cats that are screaming outside my craft room. But what should I do with the spare d20 that's half white? That's the real question. What should I do with that? Oh, well, while that's going, we can grab another one of these. Oh my gosh, cat! Stop yelling at me! It's been a long time since she's just stood outside the craft room door and scratched at it for an extended period of time. I think it's partially because she's discovered that she really likes sleeping in my brother's room. So she can usually just go up and bother him. Which she could be doing right now, instead of scratching at my craft room door. Right, kitty cat? Oh, she stopped. I wasn't expecting that to work. Yeah, I'll show you. It does not want to focus close up. It never wants to focus up close. It can focus up close, it just doesn't like to. It'll change the color apparently, but it doesn't want to focus. Alright. Well, let's get this one, we'll put it in. That is, I know I picked that up because I was thinking it was my flashlight. It is not my flashlight. That's a colorant. All right. I'm trying to protect this stuff over here from the light a little bit while I attempt to cook those guys in place. All right, I think we'll film the last one because I want to get a good like close up of throwing it into the pork chops. That sounds nice. We did birthday lunch for my brother and my grandfather today. So my dad went and smoked some steaks. It was so good. They were delicious. But now, I mean, that wasn't even that, I guess it was a few hours ago now. I guess that was like 2 to 3 hours ago. So it's like, and I'm, you know, now I feel like I could go for that again, but it's only been a couple hours. It's been a few hours. Okay. Here. Zoom in. But that does sound delicious. Sounds like a nice dinner. Oh, the cat. The cat is still screaming outside my chamber door. Oh, I feel like there was some story from this week that I was going to tell you guys, and I can't remember Oh, I had a story from last week that I was like, this would probably be an amusing story to tell on stream. I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you guys about too. But I can't remember what that was. For those of you that don't know, I do this, and then I also, my other job is working at a tutoring center. So I, you know, working with kids, which is great. I really enjoy it. Good group of kids. I don't know, I just enjoy it. But the other day, one of the kids, I don't know, I just kind of half heard this conversation that they were having with their tutor. Oh, it is May the 4th. You're right, it is Star Wars Day. But I kind of half heard this conversation that one of the kids was having with one of the tutors. And they mentioned that their dad works at they said a name of business. I feel like I should clarify that there are two businesses in town that have the same name. One of them is a local catering company, and one of them is the local sex shop. And so the look on the teacher's face when the student named this particular name of a company was just like, and I very quickly stepped in with, oh, the place that does the food? But later the teacher thanked me. She's like, oh, thank goodness you clarified. I'm like, you're welcome, because I could see the look on your face, what was going through your brain. But it just the look on the tutor's face was just like, Yep, context matters, exactly. I'm gonna add a little, wait, did I cook this one? I did. I think I could use a little bit more goop. I'll let that goop up a little bit. I want a little bit of a pool. Oh, good, I'm still filming. I might go back to some of these other ones and see if it needs a little bit more of the shimmery red goop. So yeah, if you're just joining, I had a bunch of little tiny hearts, like anatomical hearts that I had painted. And I'm putting them into some D20 molds that have a layer of white in them already, so they've got like a little bit of a base. And then we're just gonna fill them up with some clear. I do have one extra D20 that is half white at the moment, so I'm looking for ideas on what we should do with the other half of it. And that's because I miscounted. I realized that I've been making 7 D20s, even though I only need 6 because I've been making one for myself. I didn't actually make enough hearts for that, though. I only made 6 hearts. So I do have enough of the hearts for what I actually need them for, which is the Patreon D20s. But I have an extra mold here with some white in it, just because I didn't think through the fact that I didn't have enough hearts for that. Just trying to look and see who could use maybe a little bit more. Maybe this guy. That one's got plenty. Maybe this guy. I just want a little bit of like spread on the red. Spread on the red. So it just looks like it's a little bit goopy. I think this is the one that I added it to, right? This one and this one. Hopefully I'm remembering correctly. I'm hoping that these hearts turn out too, and that like they look good within the actual dice. I've put a fair amount of work into them. I feel like that is a thing with D20s, is like, I feel like D20s are the go-to like shape for like making interesting want, like, the ice, you know what I mean? Use keyframe frequency. Oh. Just so you guys know, I messed with some settings on the stream. I'm just looking at the errors here. I didn't quite know what I was doing. I was making things up a bit. So went along. It's locked at the moment because I'm streaming. So let me. Well, those are good. Let me write down. Let me send a text to myself on what, because I had so much trouble trying to figure out like what the settings needed to be, because I'm like, oh, it keeps giving me like error messages and things. Bitrate. But that does mean that if things look weird, please let me know. I don't even know where that's set up. Use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. I don't know where that is or how to check that. I don't even know what that falls under. That's something I can do in here. I don't know how that works. I'm gonna send that text to myself with the recommended settings that it's giving me, because I don't actually, oh gosh. I don't really know. I wasn't sure what the recommended stuff was. I was trying to look it up. Okay, but how do you change that? I don't know where you set keyframe interval. Is that under video? Is it under output? I wonder if I could search for keyframe. No, I don't want that. Alright, well here's the question. Does the stream look funky, or is it playing funky? Is it really buffering? That's my question to you guys. Is the stream showing up weird for you guys? Because if it's not showing up weird for you guys, this is a problem that I can deal with later, after the stream. If it's causing the stream to be like jittery or unwatchable, then that's an issue. No buffering? Okay, well then we'll just leave it as is. I'll mess with the settings again, because YouTube is mad. YouTube is giving me all sorts of errors, saying that things are wrong, but I don't actually know. I don't know where or how to fix that, especially right this second. So I will worry about that after the stream. Let's turn that off and run out all the battery on that. So If that changes, let me know. Alright, so I think, I'm just gonna clear off a little bit of some of these little bits here of the UV resin that are around the lid. I don't mind a little bit of splash, like up the sides or something, that's fine, but the stuff that's like straight up around the lid, I figured might get in the way of the lid a little bit. Looks like this stuff at least has cured pretty hard, so that's a good sign. Also, to be fair, the UV resin doesn't, it's not quite as hard as the two-part epoxy, I feel like, so I'd rather not have it on the outside of the die. You know, on the inside of the die it's going to be protected by the two-part epoxy, but on the outside it might sand down a little bit weird. Okay, I think we're good there. Let me see if I can, I'll try and show you. I tried to show you one already. It's kind of dark over there. You can kind of see the pool in there. This one probably has the biggest pool of stuff. There's the hearts in the molds, and I was just going to do clear resin with these. So that's what I'm filming there. I have this guy that I just need to put some of this into a little mixing cup for that. I've also got some UV resin left over. I don't know if we want to do anything with that. Maybe just cure it. Mixing cup. That's what I was grabbing. Yeah, I had one guy on a server trying to convince that it would be easier to just 3D print dice and use them over... Bruh, that's a completely different process. You're gonna get I mean, you can 3D print dice, but that's for a completely different sort of... It's okay. It's okay. It might not be as strong as cast dice either. But the main issue I see there is just the fact that you can't get your fun internal designs. Yeah. I mean, depending on how much wear and tear they get, my masters are pretty strong. Like, I didn't print them, but they are 3D. Well, those ones aren't 3D printed, but they are 3D printed, and they're pretty strong. But I mean, just in general, I think the UV resin is not as it's like it's defeating the purpose of doing it with resin. Like, the point of doing it with resin is to make fun designs. It's like, if I didn't want fun designs, I could also just go and buy some dice. I mean, there's fun designs there too, but like, the whole point of casting dice is making the personalization of them. Like, doing all the fun stuff on the inside. Okay. I do have some other d20s that I'm going to be, putting together. I am not as worried about filming that because I have already filmed making some of them. We're going to make some more dice like this. That is the other ones that we're making. But I do want to film this because this is for a commission. I change my camera a bit because this one's not vertical. Alright, and I just need to put some of this in here. Oh, I forgot that it was zoomed in. Okay, a little stir stick. And we're going to need about 20 milliliters of resin, so I actually want a fair amount of the mica here. Because I want this opaque. I want this to be nice and opaque. That's going to probably be good. Okay, cool. That's done there. And then for these d20s, I've got my colors. I also have some little flecks of things to put into our cups here. Where's my stir sticks? And I am not using a lot of these, just like a little dab of each one, because I just want a little bit of sparkle. You can always add more, but I'm literally gonna add like one little scoop. These things are so pretty. Oops. Well, they all ended up on the side, but that's okay. But look at that. It's almost, ooh, those are so pretty. They're so pretty. I mean, I feel like your whole thing with the 3D printing versus casting dice. It's like, I mean, if you want to 3D print dice, you can. But it just reminds me of like adaptation arguments, I guess, with like media, where it's just like, you know, sometimes a thing is a book because it works the best as a book, or something works better as either a TV show or a movie. Like, sometimes things are just suited for particular mediums. Like, and that's just how art is. And, like, if you want to have the same sort of idea between, like, switch between mediums and have similar ideas, sometimes you've completely got to, like, you've got to change stuff. Like, you not everything is going to be doable within different, like, mediums. You can do certain things with 3D printing that you can't do with casting dice. You can do certain things with casting dice that you can't do with 3D printing. Alright, we've got those. We've got our colors here. Let me set these off to the side here. Ah! Let me drop things. No, yeah. I would, if someone is touting the, all of the great things about something with no regard for the fact that other mediums might be better suited to certain things, then I tend to assume that they fall into the bro category of whatever it is. Okay. So, last thing. I think we've got everything pretty much set up, except, do we want to do anything with this d20 that's half white? I could do half black. That might be kind of cool. Should we do half black? Do half white, half black? Ugh. I don't know why I'm still wearing these gloves. Don't need these right this second. I'm thinking half black, half white. That'd be cool. Maybe I think I'll go opaque black too, because this might just end up looking cool, like matte finish. Half white, half black, the matte finish. And then I think I'd do the numbers like opposite, right? So do like white numbers over where it's black and black numbers over where it's white. I like this idea. So let's do that. I've done half black, half white that are swirled before as well. It's like, it looks really cool because it's very contrasty, but I feel like it'll be fun to do that like sharp line in there. Okay. Do we have everything? I think we do. I think we're ready to mix up our resin. Let me set these away. Alright, so I might turn off the music just because I'm going to be putting a respirator on, so I'm going to be, too bad, I don't know if you guys can even hear the music that I have going in the background, but I'm putting a respirator on, so I'll probably sound a little bit muffled. I'm going to sound like this. And I'll try to be, I'll try to speak clearly, but this is how I'm gonna sound. I don't know, do you guys think music's gonna be an issue? Is it gonna make it a little bit hard to hear what's going on? There we go. We'll leave it for now. Alright, let's get some resin mixed up. I think my plan is I'm going to get the resin mixed up, and then we'll just straight up pour all of the heart dice, get that out of the way. So just because they're all going to be clear, and also they're going to have the most, like, they have the most spots that air can get trapped, and it should go pretty quick. And then we'll divvy up our colors, get everything mixed up and poured. Okay, I think that's our plan. I'm going to go a little bit quiet here for a second, because I don't trust myself to talk and also pour resin at the same time. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves. If you have any funny stories from the last week, you know, maybe let me know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this later. What's something funny that happened this week? All right, let's go. And there's 50 of the resin. There we go. Alright, I'm back. We can chat now. I did think of, I think maybe the other thing I wanted to do, I was thinking of mentioning on stream because it was kind of amusing. So my brother's birthday was this last week. And I actually had it off. I don't work that day of the week. So we spent it, of course, doing fun things. AKA we spent it power washing my parents' house. Which honestly was kind of fun. It was a little bit fun. And actually he ended up doing a lot of it. But I just kind of stood there and was like, do you need help with anything? While he's power washing. I did some of the ladder stuff, some of the taller ladder things. I went and climbed up on those because I didn't really want to. And it was kind of fun. I had to figure out a way to anchor myself on the ladder. I was standing on it sideways with one leg through the rung so that I could hold myself in place. Because the power washer, I'm spraying it, it's ah! It's pushing back so hard. It wasn't hard enough to move the ladder at all, but it was hard enough that it was trying to move me. That was my brother's very exciting birthday, was power washing my parents' house. I mean, it was nice though, you know, my parents took us out for lunch and stuff since we were helping them. We're gonna actually paint their house this week. So that's my plan this week, is help my parents paint their house. I'm hoping that it's not super hot. It's been getting warmer out, and I can't do the heat. So we're gonna meet earlier in the morning, I think. So I want to get, of course, all of the d20s done, and the this guy. My last, like, the thing that I'm least worried about is the last d20 that's gonna be during the blocking. And rather cool here, under 50 degrees out now, and lots of rain. We did have some rain the other day. That was nice. It was rather cool out. It was actually yesterday. Yesterday we had some rain. It was rather cool. I was like, this is kind of nice. I'm okay with this. But it's getting up into like the 80s here. 80 degrees range. I always joke that we have our 1 week of spring here. We actually had a pretty nice spring, but I always joke that it goes from 10 degrees to 110 degrees, like in a month. That's how it feels anyways. But May and June are usually pretty nice. March, April, and May are usually... March, April, and May, and June are usually fairly nice. It's usually a little bit cool in March, maybe, and a little bit warm in June, maybe, but it varies. I'm doing an in-person event at the beginning of June, and I did it last June. I did it last year as well, and it was very nice out. It did end up, like, the last day was rainy and windy, so hopefully we don't have a repeat of that again, but I would rather it be a little bit rainy than it being too hot. Although sales will probably be better if it's a little bit warm as opposed to if it's raining. But who knows? That's and that's gonna be my last in-person event. My last time selling stuff like IRL. Oh, you got your hummingbird feeder out and cleaned, and the ant moat mostly set up. Need a bit of UV resin to seal up the hole of the wires. Wait, the ant moat? Okay, I feel like I'm missing some context here. So what is an ant moat? What are you putting a moat? Are you putting the moat around the bird feeder? I don't know how this works. Where I was going with this though was that this is gonna be this event in June is gonna be my last in-person event, because I realized that, like, one in-person event, like, for in-person events, I have to make a lot of, like, little things, and that takes a lot of time, right? Like, making, like, keychains and jewelry and all sorts of different things. A little dish over a feeder that keeps ants from getting to the hummingbird feeder. Okay, so it is to go with the hummingbird feeder. So what do you need wires for? Are these, like, electrical wires, or, like, wire to hold up the moat above the bird feeder? I think my brain was telling me electrical wires, which is why I was confused. I was like, is this some sort of electric contraption? Where was I going with this? Oh! Anyways, it takes a lot of time to make a lot of little things that I would rather be spending live streaming, making videos, that sort of stuff. And also, I don't make a lot doing it. It's really just not cost effective. Like, it's a lot of work, and there's not a lot of monetary incentive for me to do it. I don't make a lot of money selling in person. I will usually make back the cost of going to these events. I mean, it varies from event to event, obviously. It depends on how far away it is and what sort of costs there are and things like that. But, like, some of the conventions I've been to, I'm like, great, I've made back my hotel cost and the booth costs, and that's it. I don't do well at conventions. I don't know why. But this event that I'm going to in June, it's like a birthday party for a local game store. So it's you know, it's semi-local, so I don't have to like drive super far. I can go home at night between the days. The booth fees did actually go up since last year, but I'm fine with that. It was a good event. It was also the most profitable event that I've ever done, like by like ×3, probably. But I'm using it as an excuse a little bit to maybe clear out some of my stock of all of the like keychains and necklaces and other little things that I have. And then my plan after that, after that event is over, is I'm gonna try and go in and take pictures of all of the stuff that I still have. So I've got some jewelry and things, and actually put it into my online shop. So you can expect a lot of random stuff that I've made getting put into my shop. Probably in like, well, it might not all be at once either. I might do like some jewelry in July, and then keychains in August, or you know, things like that. But you can expect new stuff in my shop after June, when I have hopefully sold some of it in person. Also, all of my shaker charms probably too. Alright, how's this looking? I've been trying to check for streaks. That's why I've been scraping off the sides and things. How are we looking? I think we're looking good. Let me just scrape the sides and the bottom one last time. Make sure we got everything. Gotten all the streaks out. I think we're good. I think we're good. There is, however, a small cat hair here. Alright, let me set up to pour all of our heart d20s. Like I said, we're just going to do some clear resin over top of them. I do feel like, based on the stream title, I feel like I need to have some sort of heart-to-heart with you guys. I don't know about what. I did title the stream Pouring Your Heart Out. Or Pouring My Heart Out, I think. I feel like it's only fair that I, like, let you in on some sort of secret. I don't know what. What's a good secret? I've got a new video that I'm editing. Is that a secret? It's not really a secret, I suppose. I've actually got 2 videos I'm working on. I've got the one that I've been working on forever because it's just taken me so long to edit it. Let me scoot this over so you guys can see. You guys still see? Excellent. Yay, you guys can still see. Alright, let me record. And I'm just gonna... And I'm gonna zoom in a little bit on some of these. Woo! I've just spilled resin everywhere. Alright. I've gone quiet. I'm focusing so hard on pouring all of these. It looks like I did get the all of the red resin actually actually like tacked down, because I'm not getting any of it like floating up strangely. I'm hoping that it actually looks like little pools in there though, and not just like, sometimes when I have like translucent colors, they'll like, oh, let me mix them back out. They'll like kind of blend, like if I have like a translucent color next to just clear, it'll kind of blend with it because it'll kind of soften the edge between the clear and the translucent color. And that's not really what I want. Especially in this case, I'd like you to be able to tell where the colorful part is and where the clear part is. There's a big air bubble there. So we'll let these sit for a minute. I want to let, air escape from around some of these hearts. Get this out of the way. Get these out of the way. Alright. Well, while those are sitting, let's fill. Well, here. We'll put our some resin in these guys, and then I'll pour some into there. Those took, I think, less resin than I was expecting. Those only took about 20. Maybe that's about is that about what I expected? Maybe that's less resin than I expected. We might have some spare resin. Alright. I've got 4. So probably about 10 in each. Where's the milliliter line? There's the milliliter line. I don't know what's happened to me. As much as I enjoy resin, I've been putting it off because I'm I just want to edit. I just want to edit videos right now. I don't want to go and pour resin. I want to edit videos. So I don't know what's wrong with me. That's probably what I'm gonna do after this is go edit some videos. Got some other stuff I should probably do too, but alright, we'll worry about those in a minute. I'm trying to split up the resin. I don't like having a big amount of it all sitting in one container because then it tends to it'll heat up and then it'll start curing. So I want about 20-25 milliliters. This, because I've discovered that it takes a lot of resin to actually fill in these molds. It's more than I expected. All right, well, let's just mix this up. There's little enough in there that I'm not as worried about it. This is such a pretty green. It's kind of like a beetle wing sort of green. To me, it feels very, I don't know, it feels very beetle wing-ish. It's got kind of a pretty sheen to it. It's almost got a golden sheen to it. It's a little bit more muted, but a pretty teal color. I like this tone. I think I added just the right amount of mica, because it seems like it's opaque, but not super saturated. Tell you what, let's just pour this right now. Oh good, you can see. I might actually have more than I need, which would be a first. I feel like I always end up with too little of the resin for these plates. I've been underestimating on all of them. I've gotten better at estimating how much I need, but still. I will say the thing about this green color with the plates, it's a very pretty green color. But since I'm doing plants in all of these, trying to figure out greenery, because we wanted a lot of leaves and things too, trying to figure out greenery that works well. in these and doesn't completely blend in with the screen has been a little bit. It was a little bit of a challenge. I think I found stuff that will work well with this as the background. We'll find out though when I unmold it. I've only got a few of these left to do. I've got 3, I think. I've got a triple plate that I need to do, and then one more double and one more single. But I need to figure out what colored plants and things I want to do with those. I think that'll just be like a fun afternoon thing that I work on at some point, is figuring out colors to go. Alright. Yeah, I think the resin on here is pretty full. Oops, I dipped a little bit. Let me spritz this down. There we go. Perfect. Let me set this over here. That one's just going to stay on the table to cure. I found with the plate, the light switch plates, that it's easier. Not with the flower part, but the backgrounds, it's easier to let them cure on the table because then I can have them more flat. It's a lot easier to know that they're flat here, as opposed to in the pressure pot. Alright, so we've got plenty. Let's do our black. And I think we're going to have a bit left over too. Yeah, well, we're going to have some left over. That's okay, though. We'll figure out something. Here, I'll let you guys watch the very satisfying black, I want to stick my arm in that. Black, resin pigment. Look at that. I just one little dot, and then it's like all completely opaque. I don't know why I find that so satisfying, but it is. Just the one little dot of color that spreads out so quickly. Fill this up with a little bit of extra resin. Here's a little bit. Oh, I am realizing now that I forgot to clear this off. Just a couple of things of resin on here. I found this is a lid from like a little little container thing. It's just the perfect size. And it's plastic, so stuff peels right off. And it's got the lip. It's just been so perfect for putting things into the pressure pot. I'll set that over there on there for now. We still got a good amount of resin left. You know what I might do? I might grab my last 2 d20 molds, and we might just make 6 of these guys, and I might film from this point. So I really like these, but I felt like the blue was maybe a little bit too light, so I might make the blue a little bit darker and just do all of these. Do all 6. If I have enough resin. So I'm going to divvy this up between these. Because I've got 10 left, so I'll get these up to, I don't know, 15. At least. Yeah. Alright, still a little bit of clear resin left in there. I'm leaving that there in case I need it for the heart ones. Speaking of, let's put this back into landscape? No, portrait mode. I know I said that we would just do these together, but I'm going back on my words. I'm going to film it. Just because, in case the color ends up completely different. There we go. Just put them all here. For the yellow, I'm just going to do like a full drop of color, which might be enough, but I might actually do a second. Might be okay. I want it pale. I do want to go kind of pastel, but I want the colors to be about the same vibrancy as one another. So for the pink, this pink is very, very bright. I'm going to, let's do the blue first actually. For the pink, I'm going to do this basically. And add the drop to there and then dab that in. That might be enough of the blue. Let's see how that's feeling. Yeah, that feels better. That feels better. That feels like it matches the vibrancy of the yellow more than than what I currently have in there. This feels a little bit darker. Now for the pink, I want to do like barely any. The pink is so strong. So we're going to do little tiny drop of pink. You can see that, alright, we'll add a little bit more. We're just doing, oh my gosh, I got you guys so far over. The blue actually ended up maybe a little bit too dark this time, but that's okay. Let's scoot these over so you guys can see too. But yeah, the pinks are very strong. I think I'd maybe go a little bit stronger with pink. Okay, that's enough. That's enough pink. Alright, we've got our colors. This one feels like the shimmery bit's not mixed in. Shimmer! Shimmer! There we go, there's the shimmer. It's all stuck on the... Alright, cool, we've got our colors. I don't actually know if I have enough, I don't know that I have enough there for 6 of these. That's only 45. It's gonna be close. Might be enough for all 6 of these. It will be, like I said, it'll be close. It'll be close. There we go. Can you guys see? Oh, good, you guys can see. All right. Oh, my goodness. Just throw everything around. There we go. All right. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I think maybe I'll pour the pink and the yellow first, and then pour a little bit of blue. Or maybe I'll do the pink and the blue first, and then pour the pink. Or the yellow and the blue first, and then pour the pink. So what I mean by that, I could do them all differently as well. Tell you what, we'll do blue and yellow first on these. trying to kind of mix them a little bit, not a ton. We'll do blue and yellow together on these two. And then I'm gonna pour pink on top of those. And fill it up the rest of the way. You know, the pink might be too light this time. Guess we'll find out. Alright, and then the next one we'll do pink and yellow. We'll do pink and yellow on a couple of these. It's hard to get both of those on camera at the same time, especially when there's things in my way. There we go. Let me zoom it out a little bit. There we go. And pour blue into those. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have enough resin. I think this will be enough resin. Sure seems like it anyways. Alright, and then we're gonna do pink and blue in these last two, and then we'll do yellow on top. So everything's gonna end up slightly different, and that's okay. It's the way I want it. Oh, let me switch these guys so you can see. Okay, let me get more pink in there. A little more blue. And we'll get our yellow in both of those. And I'm pouring from a little bit of a height because I do actually, yeah, we had plenty of resin. So 45 is plenty for 6 d20s. That's good to know. Sweet. Excellent. Okay. Cool. So now we've just got to put lids on. I do have a little bit of leftover resin. Little bit of leftover resin here. What do we want to do with these? Look, we've got these. Here, tell you what, I've got a few dump molds here. I've got a D6 that's got pink, it looks like. So we'll just fill that up the rest of the way with some more pink. Maybe some blue. Or some clear. Seems like a good spot for the rest of the pink. Let's go with that. Excellent. Now, just put some clear in here. There we go. That's all good. And then I've got these two dump molds I've been doing. One of them's a bird, and one of them's a skull. And I've just been doing, I'm going to do layers of things. So, let's do some green in this one. Let's do some green in this one. Oh, or some blue. I'm feeling blue, actually. Let's see, a close friend of yours' daughter is turning into a bit of a dice goblin. Gonna see if you can make some steampunky dice. Ooh. That'll be fun. There we go. Do a layer of light blue on that one. And I'm going to do a layer of, I think, green on the skull here. Whoop. we've got some other, I think we've got some other colors in there that might go well with the green. Almost tempted to try and finish this skull off, but I feel like it's fun if there's more layers. The bird molds too, I know, I found those recently on Amazon. I found the skulls and the birds at the same time. When I knew I was going to be doing a, like a resin pouring class at a local thing, I was like, I want some more small but fun molds. And so I found both the skulls and the birds at the same time. And I'm like, those are perfect. Those are exactly the size that I wanted, and they have enough space in them that we can actually put some things in them. So now I'm just making some too because I think they're cute. I'll probably turn them into like little magnets. But if you want, I can see if I can find a link to it for you. Just like shoot me a message in Discord or something. I can go and find a link to the bird mold. Right. Got a little bit of resin left. What do we want to use it on? I've got a random plate here that's not necessarily flat on the back. Let's add a little bit more of the green to this, I guess. Actually, that's probably enough resin on it. It's just not even. It's like strangely uneven on the back. Alright, there we go. I guess up the green. So what I want to do with some shimmery yellow and blue and black. Well, let's just make some random dice, I guess. Here, I've got some random molds. We'll throw them into these. I've just grabbed random, what's the word I'm looking for? Types of dice. I think that was the word I was looking for. So we'll put some clear and I think some black. I guess we could do clear and some of the sparkly blue maybe, and then some of the black in our D12 here. And then we need to get the lids on, and we'll go get these into the pressure pot. This might be a fairly short stream. I feel like things came together pretty quickly. I was thinking today about the random skills that I have now from doing all this stuff. Because, I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I think I was just thinking about the fact that it's like, I know how to edit videos, I know how to make molds, I know how to work with resin, I know a little bit about, like, 3D printing, not a lot about 3D printing, but a little bit. I can stumble my way through that. Alright, let me put the black, and then I'm going to swirl it a bit. Alright, let me swirl the black in there. I'm doing the black with the blue because there's some nice sparkles in the blue. And I feel like those sparkles always look nice with the dark background. So this might turn out pretty. I made a little dump mold die the other day, And it turned out so pretty. That's how it always is with dump mold dice, I swear. It's like they always turn out the prettiest. But it did make me think, I might have to do that again. Because I did the leftover blue from the last time. And then I put some, I piped some, like, white into it. So it looked like clouds. I was like, that's so pretty. I'm going to have to just do a full set of dice that look like they have clouds in them now. Let's do our D2. We'll do a... I think we'll have enough for this. Maybe the other D4 as well, but maybe not. We'll just do a yellow D4. A sparkly yellow D4. We might have enough for our pyramid D4 too. There's not a lot left, but pyramid D4s do not take a lot of resin. Ah, triangles. Triangles are a good shape. I remember so many triangles in my statics class in uni. Man, I was thinking about some of my university classes recently too, and just how little I remember from them. I don't know if I told you guys about how I found just randomly some old electrical engineering homework. It was like I just found a page of electrical engineering homework that I had done years ago. Not even that many years ago, but years ago. And I'm like, wow, this is my handwriting, and it is complete gibberish to me. I'm like, this is definitely stuff that I wrote. I don't remember what any of this stuff means. Those sure are numbers. I mean, it's one of those things where I could probably look things up enough, but I'm like, I don't remember what any of these, I don't remember what all of these Greek symbols mean. I don't remember what they stand for. I don't remember what operations I need to do. I'm sure there's calculus in here. It's been so long since I've done any calculus. Alright. Get some lids put on these guys, so I can get things out of the way enough to get the lids on these, because I want to film putting the lids on these guys. Alright, get that out of the way. I feel like that's something for folks that are new here too. My degree is in math, sort of. I guess my degree is sort of in math. I was going for engineering and then realized that this other degree was closer, and I was done with being in school for however many years, 10 years, something like that. How many years was I in college? Yeah, probably like 10 years. Because I did running start when I was in high school. So I graduated high school with my AA degree. I went to a local community college, basically, and did classes there. And then they counted as both my high school credit and college credit. And then I went off to uni for a couple of years. And then I got a job offer back where I had interned in the summers as like a high school student. And so I came back here after a couple of years, so that's about 4 years or so that I've been going to college already. And then I went to school part-time while I worked full-time for like 5 or 6 years, something like that. I'll say 5 years, 5. So that's about 9, right? And then I had like 1 more semester after I quit my job. So yeah, I was in university. I was in college classes for about 10 years. I'm so glad that I'm not anymore. But that is why I switched majors from, oops, that's not on. Oh, that is going correctly. Okay. That is why I switched majors, is because I was just so done with being in school. I was going for mechanical engineering, and then you have to take a lot of math classes for engineering, which makes a lot of sense because engineering is just applied math. It's all, you know, a lot of science and science and engineering are just applied math, right? Like, that's all it is. I need to put them on the hearts now. Get those closer. So I was originally going to have a math minor. I was like, just because I've the classes that are required for my mechanical engineering major, I'm going to have a math minor. I'll have enough math credits for math minor. And then I discovered that if I took like 2 extra math classes, I could I needed like 2 more math classes for like the math degree, or like 4 or 5 more for the engineering. And I'm like, oh, excellent, math sounds like a great option. Guess we're going for math since I'm closer to that. I think it worked out for me though. It's funny how things sometimes just work out. Like with my last job, I worked IT for 5 or 6 years. That was while I was going to school. Great place to work, good group of people, great benefits. I just have zero interest in tech. I am the kind of, like, I can muddle my way through things, but I am the person that would rather things just work than have to figure out how to make them work myself. That's just not something that I enjoy the puzzle on for some reason. I don't know why. I think also with IT, there's a certain sense of, like, there's no end point, there's no end goal. I like having, like, a project where I can finish it, and there's, like, you know, you can be like, oh, okay, so, you know, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, not really my thing, but I think everything kind of happens for a reason a little bit, because the person who has my old job now is a friend of mine, and he absolutely loves it. And, like, it really fits, like, his personality. He seems to enjoy it and enjoy the subject matter. And, like, when he, like, there was, like, the way it was set up was there was, like, intern positions, and then sometimes they would hire people from those intern positions, depending on how things went. But, like, when they were hiring for the intern positions, like, my boss straight up asked me, hey, do you know this guy? And, like, what do you think of him? And I put in a good word for him, just because, like, if I didn't actually think he would be a good fit, I wouldn't have, you know, put in a good word necessarily. But I was just like, yeah, he's like, knowledgeable in this. He's a nice guy. But, and so he actually ended up getting the intern position, and then he ended up getting my job. And it's like, it wasn't a good job for me, but it really ended up working out in the long run. And I feel like getting the math degree kind of ended up being the same, because I think it led to me being able to work at the tutoring center that I work at now. Anyways, I have gotten all of these with the lids on. I need to go put these into the pressure pot, so I'm actually going to call it here for today. Just because I need to go put air into the compressor, and that's loud. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm working on a couple of new videos. I'm hoping to have one of them up on Patreon and for members this week. We'll see if I get to that. Like I said, I'm helping paint my parents' house. But hopefully I'll see you guys then. And if not, I should be back next weekend. I don't know. I'll be working on it yet. Hopefully I can get my stream stuff figured out so that YouTube stops yelling at me with errors. But I will talk to you guys then. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.